The Chicago Bulls, man, never cease to amaze me. Y'all remember that 2020 class where we drafted Patrick Williams at number 4? Did y'all just remember a couple days ago when Denny Avia went for 40-something and pushed the Trailblazers to the playoffs? Could that have been us? And what in the world was AK and Mark Eversley thinking? We got to talk about this.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am Cognac Boy CDubb, holding it down on another daily episode of Shy Boys Podcast. If you like what you're listening to, make sure you hit that like button. Smack that subscribe button. We on our way to 10K, bro. But let's get to the content, bro. Hey, Chicago Bulls. Arturas Karnisovas. I know you fired. I know you probably vacationing somewhere. Probably went home. I won't be mad at you. But I have a question. I came across an article on the internet earlier today. And it read, Bull scouts wanted to draft Tyrese Haliburton in 2020. I'm like, no. There's no way to foresee that Tyrese Haliburton would be this damn good, perennial all-star, game winners, one of the most exciting players in basketball to watch. But you sent some scouts out there to check out talent, AK and Mark Eversley. And you decided to stick with Patrick Williams. You settled. I believe picking Patrick Williams over Tyrese Haliburton, based on the results that they have done in the NBA so far, that was the end. Or should have been the end of AK and Mark Eversley. Are you kidding me? When the Bulls landed the number 4 overall pick in 2020, it marked the first time the Chicago Bulls had climbed in the NBA draft lottery since selecting Derrick Rose with the first pick in 2008. So the next time, 12 years later, we don't get it very often. We don't get lottery picks very often. Y'all decide to go for a guy that throughout his whole career into Florida State, he's been coming off the bench. Red flag. He's never averaged more than 9 points coming off the bench. I know you see the measurables, you see the body frame, you see the athleticism or a semblance of athleticism. He got physical gifts. But what about the play on the floor? AK, did you just fall in love with Patrick Williams on sight? He couldn't have been playing basketball when you fell in love with him. Because if he was playing basketball, you would have moved away from him. Several members of the Bulls front office actually wanted a different player whose career trajectory has looked quite different from Patrick Williams. Talking about Tyrese Haliburton. He was drafted to the Sacramento Kings. Y'all know the log jam they had at point guard. They had a De'Aaron Fox, and he was playing behind him. It really was a competition, though, because Tyrese was starting to show that he was a different type of guy early. Wind up landing at the Indiana Pacers doorstep. And since then has been a perennial all-star, two-time All-NBA third team, in an NBA Finals appearance. An exciting playoff run, by the way. Big time box office. He's a magic man. Makes everybody better around him. That's what the scouts was telling you, AK and Mark Eversley. And yo beanhead ass decided to go with your gut. You need lipo. If you went with your gut, you need lipo. Karnisovas specifically was not only fixated, not only was he fixated on Williams, but he didn't even consider Haliburton a serious project. How that sound to y'all, bro? Tyrese Haliburton is not a serious prospect. That's what the reports say that AK and Mark, AK thought about Tyrese Haliburton. That should have been the end for him. That should have been the end of AK 2 years after the draft in 2022. Matter of fact, last year when he went to the finals, Michael and Jerry should have looked at each other and be like, wait a minute, we could have got this guy. We could have drafted him. He was drafted 8 spots down. 8 spots down. This is an egregious offense. I'm so glad he's gone. I never was very crazy about firing AK and Mark Eversley. I can admit that he was doing some bad things. I can also admit that it was some bad luck. But the little bitty reports that's coming out lately, I'm changing my mind. It's already changed. You should have been fired, AK. We don't want to talk about that fucking trade for Josh Giddey. You didn't get a first-round pick or second-round pick. How about the most recent trades? You traded Ayo Dosunmu just for Rob Dillingham, and Leonard Miller was just thrown in. I like both of those guys. But you ain't get a first-round pick for Ayo Dosunmu. Shout out Stacey King. You are out of your mind, or you don't know what you're doing. And I'm agreeing with Stacey again, if you couldn't get a first, Terrence Shannon Jr. is looking real good at that end of the season. Did you even ask? I don't even think AK asked for additional assets. This shit crazy, bro. This man should have been fired. This was the end. That should have been the end. Let's look at some more players that were available. These are the players that were drafted after Patrick Williams. Denny Avdia. Y'all know Denny Avdia just dropped 40 and they going to the playoffs. Tyrese Maxey. Come on now. Peyton Pritchard. Come on now. All of these guys that I just said got accolades, awards, all-star appearances, and Jaden McDaniels, Desmond Bain. Come on, bro. We got to get somebody competent in here that knows what they're doing, listens to great counsel, and is not a pig-head, stubborn asshole. Because this is egregious. Make sure y'all hit that like button, punch that subscribe button. We on our way to 10K. AK and Morris Eversley should have been fired. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. This shit crazy, bro.
Cognac. Gang.